So lads, this was a huge announcement by Unrivaled, and this is something that is very interesting. Angel Reese is another player who is not currently on the Unrivaled list.
Ever wonder what happens when the drama starts costing more than the performance itself? Unrivaled just quietly shut down Angel Reese's comeback. And honestly, the warning signs were there for a while. The non-stop technicals, the turnovers, the missed rebounds, and that playoff disappearance. It all added up. The league that once gave her the spotlight finally decided the chaos wasn't worth the clicks. The same Angel Reese who used to boast about bringing energy wherever she went, that fire might have just burned her last bridge. According to multiple sources, Unrivaled hasn't forgotten how she left them hanging during the playoffs. This isn't a simple contract delay, it's a quiet breakup disguised as a roster move. So how did Angel Reese go from being the face of Unrivaled to being shown the door? Did the league make the right call cutting ties with her? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Unrivaled, they've named most of their players coming for the year two, the second season. And like I said earlier, Angel is not one of the people on that list.
When Unrivaled released its Season 2 roster, the silence surrounding Angel Reese said more than any official statement ever could. Her name, once plastered across every poster and promo, was just gone. No injury update, no announcement, just missing. Fans online started questioning whether it was an honest mistake or a not-so-subtle message. And given her history, it's hard to believe it wasn't a bit of both. The player who once proudly called herself Unrivaled's very first champion had vanished from the league she helped build. The same organization that once crowned her the face of competition now seems to have decided it's a face they'd rather not see again.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, part 10, let's get up!
Hope you have window insurance.
Bang!
Not sure if I've ever seen her pass the ball. Let's see if it happens on this possession. Reese goes to her patting in dipsy-doo. Let's see it. No!
Bang!
Oh, there it is. That's a pass, and it's picked off going the other way.
No, they fumble it back. Green team time!
Sidestep, 3-ball, butter pecan.
Bang!
Reese's pup with the rebound.
Chitty, chitty, bang, bang!
You'll need to find something you love as much as Angel Reese loves her mid-range. Beautiful.
Bang!
Reese entered Unrivaled's debut season like a player on a mission. She talked about changing the game, adding swagger to women's basketball, and proving she belonged in every spotlight. And at first, she backed it up. Big numbers, electric energy, and a highlight reel full of confidence. But that swagger soon started to sound more like static. Beneath the flash and stats was a pattern. Mounting turnovers, endless technicals, and body language that suggested she was performing more for the cameras than for her teammates. And according to reports, those teammates noticed, and not in a good way. While the season heated up, Reese was still podcasting, posting, and managing her brand mid-playoff push. It left people wondering if her focus was on the court or still stuck scrolling through the comments section.
I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up. Did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory lap that you won a championship? You got to be joking.
Angel Reese beating her ship. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend.
When the Unrivaled playoffs tipped off, Reese didn't. She sat out those final games, and fans saw her celebrating from a phone screen instead of the court. Her teammates pushed forward while she appeared on FaceTime, more like a distant relative than a franchise player. For someone who called herself a champion, the timing couldn't have been worse. From the outside, it didn't look like rest. It looked like retreat. That choice built a reputation that stuck with her ever since. Great when the lights are bright, but unreliable when it matters most. And that frustration wasn't limited to Unrivaled. Over in the WNBA, the Chicago Sky started seeing the same storyline unfold. Her rookie season was cut short by a wrist injury, followed by a sophomore campaign derailed by a bad back. Yet, just weeks later, Reese was spotted making public appearances and landing brand deals, none of which seemed to require much recovery.
And this championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in if we win.
This league has got to figure out a way to honor Angel Reese in all this. That's right.
Tension reportedly started building inside the Chicago Sky when Reese's injuries seemed to heal just as the spotlight moved elsewhere. Coaches began to question her focus, and teammates were left wondering if she'd show up locked in, or disappear midway through the season again. Patterns like that tend to stick. In professional sports, talent only carries you so far. especially when it seems like your commitment fades the moment accountability shows up. Reese's absences started looking less like bad luck and more like a routine. By her second year, that reputation spoke louder than any stat line. Even Unrivaled, a league built as much on personality as performance, began to see that the persona was becoming more trouble than it was worth. Behind closed doors, the conversations got quieter but more decisive. The league wanted stability heading into Season 2, and one unpredictable star didn't fit that plan. Executives reportedly noticed that whenever her name trended, it wasn't for her game. It was for the drama. The optics turned sour. Sponsors got hesitant, players got frustrated, and Unrivaled's image started feeling more like a headline than a highlight. So eventually, the league made the simplest and harshest call. They left her out.
I'm telling you, there's nobody in the world better at chasing down their own block shot than Angel Reese. One door closes, another opens. Look at that. Bang! Time to put respect on Angel Reese positioning under the basket. Look at the leverage she gets. Brianna Stewart, you're locked and loaded, girl. Rebound, Lexi Hole. Look at the seal out by Reese. What an opening. Easy layup. Bang! Bang! How about we finish off with some free throws? Flick of that wrist, bounce that ball. Flickety, flickety, boogity, bop.
The decision to leave her off the roster didn't need a press release. Just one missing name. And the silence did the rest. Fans who wanted answers weren't going to get them from Unrivaled. The message was clear. This time, they weren't waiting for Reese to walk away. They quietly closed the door behind her. The same athlete once celebrated as the league's trailblazer had suddenly become its cautionary tale. After all, how can you lead a team when your reputation is built on leaving them behind? Her removal marked more than just a personal fallout. It signaled a cultural shift in women's basketball. The era of charisma without commitment is ending. Leagues are holding their stars to the same accountability they often preach online. Performance now speaks louder than followers, and professionalism is redefining what leadership looks like in the modern game. Other players are stepping up, consistent, focused, and quietly building something sustainable. And Unrivaled, by drawing this line, made its stance clear. No amount of noise outweighs discipline. It's ironic, considering how the league once treated Angel Reese like its crown jewel. Every promo revolved around her name, every highlight reel started with her face, and every social post leaned on her reactions. The campaign worked, for a moment. Over 31 million views flooded in across platforms. She was trending. The league was buzzing. Everyone believed the chaos was good for business. But then the numbers told a different story. After the opening weekend, viewership plummeted, down to around 100,000 per game, losing nearly two-thirds of its audience. The memes kept circulating, but the fans didn't. Clips of her trash talk and post-play antics spread everywhere, but the same people commenting online weren't tuning in to watch the games. The league's analytics team saw it clearly. Virality doesn't equal loyalty. A wave of clicks can't fill arenas or convince sponsors to keep investing.
You just never know. You just never know with all the shit that's going on right now. With the Chicago Sky, with all the shit that's going on with her.
Inside Unrivaled, the conversations shifted quickly. The same executives who once championed Reese as the face of the league began asking the obvious question, is this attention helping us, or just creating noise? Sponsors were asking similar things. Every outburst, every online feud, chipped away at the league's promise of being a clean, empowering brand for women's basketball. The headlines stopped being about the game and turned into a running log of who Reese was calling out next. What started as a bold villain arc soon became predictable and eventually exhausting, especially for companies that wanted to sell empowerment, not chaos. That's a bad combination in any marketing room. Behind the scenes, reports suggest Unrivaled's marketing team saw the warning signs early. The data told a harsh truth. Reese's name could generate millions of views in a weekend, but ticket sales weren't moving. The phrase diminishing returns started floating around the office. Her controversies weren't converting to engagement anymore. They were driving audiences away. Viewers caught on. Week after week, the storylines ended the same way, more finger-pointing than basketball. And once fans realized that, they tuned out. That same pattern bled into her WNBA presence too. One day she was making noise about pay gaps, the next she was missing easy layups. The disconnect between the talk and the results wore people down. Fans don't stay loyal to drama when the game itself stops delivering. Unrivaled cutting Reese loose feels like the moment women's basketball finally chose performance over noise. Fans are done mistaking drama for confidence. They are showing up for players who build real teams. The Fever prove at every game, effort earns loyalty, not volume.
So, what do you think? Did Unrivaled make the right call dropping Rhee?
Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next one.